Hi, this is Joni here again today to offer holistic health tips to keep you in the game. My intention with this channel is to offer digestible snippets of holistic habits to take you from where you are now to where you want to go. Today I want to speak on a topic I've been holding back on for a while now, which is cryptocurrency and how I see an absolute meeting of the minds between the crypto ideology and holistic health. Now, why is this? Because for the first time ever, we truly have the opportunity to achieve sustainable goals and therefore make real change happen in the world, which has clearly been necessary for a very long time now. If you're a holistic health practitioner of any kind, then this likely resonates. Disclaimer, I am not a financial expert and this is not financial advice of any kind. But much like within holistic health, it's up to each and every one of us to do our homework, as there is so much of a deep need for individualization and personalization within our healthcare systems, which does not currently exist. So as it stands today, no one is coming to save us. Our healthcare system in the US is a total junk show, and it's clearly up to us to go deep and figure out what we need to do, not only to survive, but thrive, and then share that with our communities. Same with cryptocurrency. It's a newer, ever-changing, and growing industry. So we need to drop in, educate ourselves, and make decisions for ourselves going forward. I do understand it takes time. Trust me, I've been on the edge trying to make time, find time for a few years now. So I get that. But I have been tasking myself with crypto homework for quite a while now. And now that I've found and made time, both. And if I can do it, then layer that with a little help from my tiny, tiny little crypto community, then so can you. One of the fundamentals of holistic health is to commune with others. Reclaiming our holistic health, physical, mental, emotional, and beyond, is never easy. And it's times like these that we're living in today, with one drama after another exploding into our realities, literally. Most people are exhausted and would rather just check out than dig in. There's a tendency now more than ever to dip further into our digital devices, absorb ourselves completely in our work, and yes, even the good work that many of these folks are activated within. Numb out with social media, Netflix, booze, whatever our coping mechanisms might be, because doing the work of staying in the game isn't easy right now, even for the most well-honed in the space of holistic health. So why not find something to focus on that has a purpose greater than for just ourselves, while simultaneously benefiting ourselves? In other words, serving the individual as well as the collective. Our relationships and our communities can support us if this is happening in an interdependent fashion. Interdependent. Now, it will always fall on the individual to take responsibility for ourselves, but to have a community of people working toward the greater good, even by simply investing in the greater good, this can be extremely gratifying, especially in a space like crypto, where not all, but many of the projects are doing exactly that. You might hear, quote-unquote, blockchain for good or DeFi for good. DeFi standing for decentralized finance. Look for projects using those hashtags or taglines. And especially for those of us who've spent the better part of this last year plus isolated and away from family and friends, this has been so beautiful to see happening. Finding one's purpose is always important, but banding together at a time like this, even virtually, is more important than ever. Voting with our dollars is also important, but investing with them within crypto has become like a growing lion's pride of sorts that I'm honored and excited to have landed within, even in the slightest way. If you care at all about a thriving planet and our humanity, I encourage you to stay tuned not only to this channel, but to others in both of these spaces, which I'll be sharing moving forward. Please like this video if that alone resonates with you, because this crypto crew is where community can be one of your best assets. As more of an introvert, having this tiny newfound community of crypto professionals and amateurs alike who also love to riff on all things holistic health, from yoga to yoga philosophy to plant medicines of all shapes and sizes to general health and well-being, to science and neuroscience, to music, to mysticism, to travel, and so much more, while also having their mind's eye on their individual impact and how it ripples out into the world. So, equality for all, justice for all, social good, whatever the label. Even in small snippets, it's been amazing to watch all of this play out. As you might tell, I like to zoom out and take in the big picture. So for anyone new to this terminology, I'm going to break it down really quickly. Holistic health for the individual will start with basics such as nutrient-dense food, exercise and movement, education, healthy physical environments at work and at home, branching out into our relationships, our emotional well-being, and becoming self-regulated individuals so that we can have healthy and balanced interactions even during stressful times. Our careers, our finances, healing modalities of many kinds, and then further out into the more esoteric realms. Plenty of videos on all of this on this channel to support you in learning more about that for you to check out. Plenty to check out. In order to have individual holistic health, we must also have collective or global holistic health. One is a reflection of the other and vice versa. We must have clean water, clean air, clean soil, and so on and so forth. We must create opportunity for people to become less dependent and more sovereign, which in turn creates more equal opportunity for all. There's no yin without the yang. So what's presenting itself in my personal sphere is a deep desire within segments of crypto and segments of holistic health to foster co-opetition. Oh, that word, co-opetition. It's not super well known, I don't think. I used it ad nauseum several years ago, and all I was met with in my little community at the time was competition, even under the guise of collaboration. So, we all learn as we go. Instead of this divisiveness that we're all witnessing before our very eyes, I'm in the US, so my friends from around the world have reached out and they're all watching and they're all seeing what's going on here, which sadly is this divisiveness that has always essentially been normalized here. But we now have an opportunity for the first time ever to even the playing field with crypto. The choice is ours. Digital technology, like anything, comes with both the good and the bad, the shadow and the light. In this case, this digital technology can, for the very first time, put economic power into the hands of the people, the commons. What if every person was empowered enough to make financial choices to, in turn, make sure that their every last dollar was spent on what matters to them, their family, their community, and for the good of their entire planet? What if they could what if they could use their savings to finance their long-term development? What would that world look like? So I'll leave you with that question to contemplate until next time. But on that note, there are two more crypto tips that, before we go, you must know. Number one, transparency. This is one of the fundamentals, if not the fundamental role in crypto from what I've learned thus far. Every project shares what's known as a white paper. They are not simple, I will say that, but everything is transparent. They explain what their project is all about so that you can learn exactly what you're investing in. I wouldn't say that's the case when we look at centralized finance. Number two, and this is super important, crypto is still a bit of the Wild West. I invested for the first time, it was either the very end of 2017 or early 2018. I just know that it was the very end of that bull run during the holidays. And, I got in and got out and everything worked out fine, even though I wasn't really totally sure about what I was doing. There's so much more information now to learn about this, but it all worked out. And at the same time, my main suggestion here is that anything you invest into the cryptocurrency market at this time should be money that you can stand to never see again. So that might sound scary, but it is just meant to be a word of caution at this, and at the same time, if you have $1, $5, $10, $20 that you can stand to spare or to take from one place, like buying an expensive, coffee every day or whatever it looks like for you. Take that money and transfer it into crypto. There is an opportunity to learn and grow with crypto. So I'll just leave it at that for now. But I want to be back and introduce a couple of projects that are offering quote-unquote blockchain for good or DeFi for good. There are many out there. There are many more coming into the space. There just happens to be 2 or 3 that I've found myself a little bit closer to in many realms. And so I'd like to share those. I do hope these videos are getting out to those of you who are ready to drop back into you and to take care of yourself and really ready to take your life back, given all that we're watching go down. It's clearly up to us, and I'm right there with you every step of the way. Please do like, share, and subscribe to this channel. That one small action can help someone else on the other side of the world looking for a better way to be well. Thank you, and take care.